Okay, so this is with Automation Anytime, pending Inventions, and Peoria-Illinois.com, the construction section, things of that sort. So technically, it has to do with valuations of real estate and associated things, and potentially a new business process. So, for example, if you wanted to go into the gold or silver business, what would you do? If you look at the margins of tiny miniature pieces of gold or silver, and you could sell those. There's a couple of multi-level marketing companies out there that do that. The margins for tiny little bits of it are slightly greater than the actual bar, the large amounts of it, copious amounts of it. So you could melt those down and spray them, or have other items made of metal or plastic or maybe whatever material. You just kind of dip those items into those things, and you can sell them for even greater margins than that on whatever website. Not that complicated. The other process has to do with let's see, valuations of real estate. So if you look at some valuations, they're building some of the real estate with single-story real estate. So it's just really the building materials. If you were to rent a crane or some kind of larger and have larger machines to pre-make walls out of wood or stone or whatever materials that they use nowadays, and use latches to latch those things together, and then bond to those things. The main expense would be, in my meager opinion, for basements. This is more for a lot of different areas, including the Midwest. Basements add additional valuation for properties, in my meager opinion. So this is what's perplexing in the real estate field. It's like, well, there's no basement, so what do you do if there's a tornado? So that's why there's brick, but brick costs more than other material, seemingly. So really the valuation should be greater for if there's a basement, in my meager opinion. So how do you build a basement at lower cost? Well, there's a couple of ways. They use machines, digging machines with a claw or something nowadays. But another way is to use a laser, in my meager opinion. So you can use a high-powered laser, and you just laser beam the dirt down. And the question is, well, how do you get the dirt out of there? Well, you use like a vacuum cleaner apparatus, and you vacuum clean the dirt, basically. And then how do you cut the lower layer? Well, you use a mirror shield, a laser shield, and direct the laser beam underneath the ground, basically. This could be used for advanced military apparatus, if you think about it. So if you have a ground laser device, it shoots a laser beam and a laser beam shield to direct to bounce the laser beam off of it, whatever. And what else? Oh yes, plumbing apparatus. So if you have a community with sewer conundrums, you could you put a little chemical down there, and then you could actually burn whatever sewage is in the pipes. You would just burn it, and that would reduce the level of groundwater, whatever they have in the for aged city sewer networks. Anyways, my name is Andrew C. Graham. Again with Automation Anytime and Peoria-Illinois.com. Thanks for listening.